Chapter 25-27. What kind of weapon is that? To be able to suppress a fifth-order immortal god king realm expert, so powerful. That Dragon Palace's Dragon King is not simple. That divine weapon is terrifying. It's definitely from a great inheritance. Suppressing a fifth-order immortal god king realm expert so easily, this strength. All the experts around the demon god palace narrowed their eyes when they saw this scene. They stared at the divine weapon hovering in the air with excitement and shock. That Dragon King's strength should be at the fifth-order immortal god king realm. But that treasure is too terrifying. A sixth-order immortal god king realm, old man murmured. What a powerful divine weapon. The chaotic tiger demon kingdom ruler, imperial preceptor, and the rest of the experts narrowed their eyes when they saw this. They looked at each other and heaved a sigh of relief. When they went to the Dragon Palace to purchase battle pets, they had investigated the Dragon Palace and found out that there was a strange and terrifying array that could prevent immortal god kings from escaping back to their god kingdom. This array had the same effect as the imprisonment ring. They were extremely shocked by this. Earlier, in order to kill the experts of the Demon Slayer sect, they'd used the confinement rings that they'd purchased at a great price. They didn't even manage to buy an imprisonment ring that could imprison a sixth-order immortal god king. It was too rare, too expensive. The weapon that the Dragon King was using had such an effect, it was terrifying. No. At this moment, the current crown prince, who was standing in the middle, saw this scene and shook his head, his face pale. Fear was written all over his face. Just now, the woman he liked wanted to marry him. The demon kingdom grew stronger, and his status rose. But now, the woman he liked was killed by an expert from the demon kingdom. The Raging Flames God Dynasty's expert was suppressed in an instant. He raised his head in confusion, looking at his great-grandfather. The current crown prince's temperament is too weak, and he was bewitched by others. His position as crown prince will be abolished, and he will be imprisoned for 5,000 years. Unless he reaches the immortal god king realm, he will not be allowed out early. The sky monster imperial preceptor swept a glance at him and said coldly, "Yes." Two soldiers walked over and looked at the crown prince with pity and suppressed him. The current crown prince of the chaotic tiger demon kingdom was not a noble, and anyone below the god king realm could be abandoned. The chaotic tiger demon kingdom had at least 800,000 descendants, if not 1,000,000. They would not offend a powerful force just to get a disciple. When the princes of the chaotic tiger demon kingdom saw this, their bodies trembled. They looked at the high platform where the Dragon Palace was located with eyes full of awe. As expected, the Dragon King and the others are very strong. How could our Tiger Chaos Demon Kingdom become enemies with them just because of him? Tiger Lingya heaved a sigh of relief. He looked at his imprisoned brother and smiled. "Ha, good move, Dragon King." The king of Tiger Luan country laughed heartily as he spoke to Wang Xian. Hee. Wang Xian smiled and waved at Prime Minister Turtle. Congratulations to the Tiger Chaos Demonic Empire for establishing the empire for 20 million years. Congratulations to the old state preceptor for breaking through. Prime Minister Turtle led a group of experts from the Dragon Palace and flew over as he spoke to Tiger Luan. Thank you, Dragon King. Seeing the Dragon Palace giving him face, the Tiger Luan country king laughed heartily and cupped his fists at Wang Xian. The Sky Demon Grand Tutor also smiled. The strength of this Dragon Palace isn't weak. It's at least at the peak of third-rated. If they don't have a sixth-level immortal king, they should be at the peak of third-rated. However, they seem to be on good terms with the Tiger Chaos Demon Kingdom. Now that the Tiger Chaos Demon Kingdom and the Demon Slayer sect are about to go to war, the Tiger Chaos Demon Kingdom needs a few allies. As everyone knows, the Tiger Chaos Demon Kingdom has fewer friends. Some of the surrounding forces discussed in hushed voices. The Tiger Chaos Demon Kingdom was giving Wang Xian face. Naturally, Wang Xian was giving face to the Tiger Chaos Demon Kingdom as well. Face was a mutual thing. Following that, there were no changes during the ceremony. One by one, the forces presented their gifts. An hour later, the Tiger Chaos Demon Kingdom served food, and a simple exchange ended. The entire ceremony lasted for 2 hours. In 2 hours, the Tiger Chaos Demon Kingdom, had shown everything they wanted to do. Dragon King, please forgive us for today's accident. After the ceremony ended, the Grand Tutor came to the palace where Wang Xian resided and spoke to him with a smile. Haha, Grand Tutor, I'm not that petty. Wang Xian smiled and replied nonchalantly. Dragon King, we've been busy for the past few days. We are about to attack the Demon Slayer sect. Please forgive us for not being able to receive you. The Sky Demon Grand Tutor said. It's all right. We still have things to settle. Wang Xian shook his head. Dragon King, we have another request. Of course, we would like to purchase a treasure from the Dragon King. The Sky Demon Grand Tutor looked at Wang Xian and spoke with anticipation. Oh, what do you want to purchase? Wang Xian asked him doubtfully. Dragon King, we learned from your starry sky that the Dragon Palace has an array that can trap Undying God King experts. We know that this item is expensive, but we are willing to pay a high price for it. The Sky Demon Grand Tutor looked at him, hesitated for a moment and continued. Of course, we also know that this treasure is incomparably precious. Even if you don't want to sell it to us, you won't hurt our feelings. I can sell it to you. Wang Xian pondered for a moment before speaking. Now Wang Xian not only had the Black Hole Disruption Array that could trap enemies, but the Sky Array God Emperor had also researched another one during this period. This research was also due to the fact that he was in a soul state. The newly researched array was called Space Lock. Not only could it prevent one from sensing the God Nation, but it could also restrict one's movement. The Space Lock array was much stronger than the Black Hole Disruption Array. With Space Lock, Wang Xian could basically give up on the Black Hole Disruption Array in the future. However, Wang Xian knew how powerful and terrifying this array was, and he did not want too many people to obtain it. I can give you 5 array compasses, each covering an area of 100 million kilometers. They can trap 5th Order Undying God Kings. As for rewards, I want the corpses of the enemies. As long as the corpses are there, you can take their treasures. Take note, this array can be easily broken by a 6th Order Undying God King expert. Wang Xian hesitated for a moment, looked at the items in the nest, and passed them to him. Alright, 5 is enough. The Sky Demon Grand Tutor revealed an excited look. Once they obtained this terrifying array, they would be able to kill hundreds of times more enemies. Thank you, Dragon King. We, the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom, will definitely befriend you. If you need anything in the future, you can look for us directly. We will definitely not reject you. The Sky Demon Grand Tutor cupped his fists towards Wang Xian and said solemnly. Alright. Wang Xian smiled and shook hands. This could be considered a complete friendship between the two forces. Then I shall not disturb Dragon King any further. We will be sending out our troops soon. After the Sky Demon Grand Tutor finished speaking, he immediately walked towards the core palace of the Demon God Palace. The war between the Chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom and the Demon Slayer sect had begun, and he wanted to participate personally. Chapter 25-28. Brother, Grandpa, Old Ruler, we've obtained the array. 5. The Dragon King gave us 5. It can trap a 5th Order Immortal King at most, and cover a radius of over 100 million kilometers. Within the core palace of the Demon God Palace, a group of Undying God Kings gathered. Sky Monster Imperial Tutor walked in with excitement. 5. Great, this time, we'll make the Monster Slayer sect pay a heavy price for what they've done to us for the past tens of millions of years. On the main seat, the old king immediately stood up with a face full of excitement. A berserk baleful aura surged from his body as he roared coldly. What's the Dragon King's condition? Old Imperial Tutor suppressed his excitement and asked. Grandpa, the Dragon King only wants the corpses of the enemies we've killed. Nothing else. Imperial Tutor said with a smile. Oh, although the corpses of experts are a good material, the price is too low. Looks like we, the Chaotic Tiger Demon Country, owe them a favor. Old Imperial Tutor said with a smile. Looks like befriending the Dragon Palace is a wise choice. At least the Dragon King is generous. The Chaotic Tiger Demon Country ruler said with a smile. Let's put everything aside and prepare for battle. This time, the Monster Slayer sect massacred our people from 2 planets. Today, we'll make them pay with their blood. The old state preceptor slowly stood up and roared with a baleful expression. Blood for blood. The rest roared. Dragon King, the chaotic tiger demon country has started. This is the history of the chaotic tiger demon country. Within a palace in the demon god palace, Wuxia and Prime Minister Turtle stood on the second floor, looking at the murderous army outside. This monster slayer sect deserves to die. The chaotic tiger demon country grew to its current state under their suppression. Wuxia looked at some information about the chaotic tiger demon country. In the South Star system, sky demons were relatively weaker. Many of them were captured as mounts. With the monster slayer sect as the leader, they hunted down sky demons and sold them. The chaotic tiger demon country built by the sky demons gradually grew and went against the monster slayer sect. This fight lasted for tens of millions of years. The monster slayer sect is going to pay a heavy price this time. The chaotic tiger demon country is also considered a major force. The upcoming war will probably affect many planets. Prime Minister Turtle said, "This matter is not something that we can handle." Wuxia said, "Let's go." Anting has already discussed with some forces of Xinghua planet. The concert will begin in 2 days. Let's go to Xinghua planet. At this moment, the Emperor Star Maiden's voice came from behind. "Oh, are you ready? Let's go." Wuxia raised his eyebrows and said with a smile, "Let's go. We need to test out the venue and familiarize ourselves with it," the Emperor Star Maiden urged. "Got it." Wuxia nodded his head and gestured to Prime Minister Turtle. The group walked out of the palace. After Wuxia sent a message to the Sky Demon Grand Master, he flew directly to the teleportation device. Even a small concert has millions of people. I will probably be a little nervous when I go on stage. Sister Inxian, it's not that I want to say this, but if you become a singer, I'll be ranked behind you in the future. With your strength and sound waves, you can totally immerse people in the environment. It's still too early for me to reach that level. But this time, with the accompaniment of Sister Inxuan's Dolphin Sisters, this concert will be perfect. The two girls chatted excitedly on the side. This was the first time Tang Inxian was performing on stage in front of so many people. As for the Emperor Star Maiden, she was excited because there would be a group of Undying God King and Grandmaster level accompaniment for her. Wuxia looked over and smiled. Through the teleportation device, the group was directly sent to Xinghua planet. Xinghua planet, one of the 5 major commercial planets. The 5 major commercial planets of the Southern Star System were each controlled by a powerful force. Xinghua planet was jointly controlled by 3 forces. They were the Jianhua group, the Black Forest group, and the 3 Seas sect. 2 major groups and 1 major sect. These 3 forces were comparable to the chaotic tiger demon kingdom in the past. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to control a commercial planet. As for the other 4 commercial planets, they were controlled by the top forces of the Southern Star System. These 4 forces had 7th Order Undying God King experts guarding them for a long time. Let's wait here. Someone will be coming to pick us up soon. The Emperor Star Maiden looked at the AI and said to Wuxia and the rest. Anting had already come here in advance to settle things. All their matters were being arranged. The Emperor Star Maiden was one of the top female stars in the Imperial Star Domain. If she held a concert here, all forces would welcome her warmly. Not only could they sell the tickets for a large number of divine stones, but they could also earn a hefty profit from some advertisements. Swish, swish, swish. Before long, a fleet of sky blue luxurious cars drove over. The cars stopped neatly beside Wuxia and the rest. Anting walked out of a car and walked towards the Emperor Star Maiden. Is this the Star Goddess in disguise? As Anting walked over, a group of young men and women also came out of the other cars. They followed and looked at the Emperor Star Maiden as they asked hesitantly. The Emperor Star Maiden nodded her head coldly. Wow, Star Goddess, can I have your autograph? A girl couldn't help but exclaim. Alright Missy, let's go. Let's take a break first before looking at the venue. Anting gestured to the girl to keep her things as she spoke to the Emperor Star Maiden. The Emperor Star Maiden nodded her head slowly and walked towards the cars in front. Wuxia and the rest chuckled as they followed behind. This superstar was quite cool. TSK, I've already taken out my things, but she didn't even give me an autograph. Seeing that the Emperor Star Maiden was ignoring her, the girl was slightly displeased. Isn't that right? She's completely disguised and no one can tell that she's the star goddess. I still want to take a closer look at her. A young man beside her shook his head. Don't have any other thoughts. Putting aside the fact that she might have a powerful background, just her influence alone isn't something we can handle. A young man reminded the people beside him, afraid that they might do something overboard. Brother Song, of course we know that. The group of young men and women nodded their heads. Although they were the supreme talents of this generation from the three major forces, their status was still incomparable to the Emperor Star Maiden. Perhaps with the rallying power of the Emperor Star Maiden, some young disciples from the central region of the Imperial Star Domain would lead experts to annihilate them. They still knew how to act appropriately. Let's go. Although we can't get close to her, at least we can admire the Emperor Star Maiden's beauty from the first row, a young man said with a smile. Chapter 25-29. Not bad, Star Goddess. Very cool. In a luxury car on Xinghua Planet, Wang Xian teased the Emperor Star Princess. The Emperor Star Princess rolled her eyes at him and ignored him. Sister Star Princess is at least a famous star in the Imperial Star Sector. What do you mean by cool? Tang Yinxian also rolled her eyes and defended the Emperor Star Princess. Hehe. Wang Xian laughed. For a top star like the Emperor Star Princess, she had fans all over the Imperial Star Sector. Her fans numbered in the trillions. Naturally, she could ignore those fans. It was not that she was arrogant, but as the party who set up the venue, there should be such rules. The luxury car sped towards the city center of Xinghua Planet and entered a villa. Miss, the other party has prepared a banquet. Let's just go through the motions and take a look at the venue. Anting whispered as the car door opened. All right, the Emperor Star Princess nodded, and the group walked into the villa. Welcome, Star Goddess. It's our honor that you chose our Xinghua Planet to hold your concert. When they entered, a group of people immediately came to welcome them. The group consisted of middle-aged men and women, with two old men among them. They were dressed in black and blue. They should be the two forces that controlled Xinghua Planet, the Black Forest Group, and the Three Seas sect. Everyone happy working with you. The Emperor Star Princess smiled politely and returned to her original smile. Happy working with you. Come, Star Goddess. You must be tired from the journey. Let's prepare the most popular delicacies of Xinghua Planet. When the group saw the Emperor Star Princess returning to her original appearance, they were enlightened. Many of the middle-aged men also had a burning desire in their eyes. With a perfect face and body, coupled with the aura of a top star, she was a goddess that could topple countries and cities. So beautiful. The group of young men and women followed behind and entered. When they saw the Emperor Star Princess's face, they were mesmerized. Wang Xian twitched his mouth. The Emperor Star Princess's face was similar to Yinchuan's. It was just that she had the halo of a star. Wang Xian was very satisfied with the delicacies. After the meal, the Emperor Star Princess took a group photo with the group and looked at the venue. The venue was located in a stadium on Xinghua Planet. It could accommodate millions of people at the same time. The group of them took a quick look and then returned to the villa where they lived. Wang Xian got bored. Yinxian asked the Emperor Star Princess some questions about the stage. He turned on his brain and checked all kinds of information. The next day, a piece of news shook the entire South Star system. The Everlasting Tiger Kingdom and the Monster Slayer sect erupted into a great battle that could destroy stars. In merely 10 hours, the Immortal Tiger Kingdom had destroyed 3 life planets of the Monster Slayer sect. The planet exploded and billions of people died. Under the leadership of the 7th Order Immortal King Realm Imperial Tutor, the chaotic Tiger Beast Empire slaughtered over 100 Undying God Kings from the Monster Slaying sect. Now the Monster Slayer sect was being defeated again and again. This is war. Wang Xian looked on impassively. This was how cruel the war between two superpowers was. In a war, there are innocent people, but in a war, there are no innocent people. Looks like the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom is going to win this battle. Wang Xian mumbled to himself. Hurry! Wang Xian, let's go. In the evening, a voice came from outside. Wang Xian smiled and walked out of the room. The concert is going to start in half an hour. We have to hurry. The Emperor Star Maiden urged him. All right, let's go. Wang Xian nodded and looked at Inxian. Wow, wifey, you're so beautiful tonight. She was wearing a sky blue dress with a pink dolphin embroidered on it, making her look noble and beautiful. He couldn't help but walk over and give her a hug. All right, the Star Maiden is still watching. Let's hurry. Tang Yinxian struggled out of his embrace shyly. Dog food. Tang Yinxian pouted and mumbled. The group immediately rushed to the location of the concert. They arrived at the back of the stage 5 minutes earlier. When Wang Xian and the rest arrived, there were already many people waiting backstage. Star Goddess, the concert is going to start in 5 minutes. A middle-aged man walked over and said to the Emperor Star Maiden. So beautiful. She's even more beautiful than yesterday. It would be great if I could gain the admiration of the Star Goddess. You? Don't even think about it. The group of young men looked at the Emperor Star Maiden and whispered. Look at the girl beside the Star Goddess. She's also very beautiful. SSS, it's true. I didn't notice her just now. She's not inferior to the Star Goddess at all. Not only her, look at the 5 girls behind her with their instruments. They're also very beautiful. Discussions broke out. Not only the young men, but some middle-aged men and girls would also glance at them from time to time. Everyone has a love for beauty. Wang Xian smiled and watched from the side. It's about to start. I'll go up first. Sister Inxian, wait here for now. Soon the concert began. The Emperor Star Maiden walked up the stage. The millions of people in front immediately cheered. Inxian, don't be nervous. Let me say that your singing is much better than the Star Maiden. Moreover, you're prettier than her. Wang Xian walked to Tang Inxian and said to her. You're bad-mouthing the Star Maiden the moment she left. Tang Inxian rolled her eyes and said with a smile. Hee, I'm just speaking the truth. Wang Xian said with a smile. All right, let's watch the Star Maiden sing. Look at her performance on the stage. It's perfect. Tang Inxian looked ahead. With the technology of this dazzling world, they could see everything clearly from the back. Moreover, even though the Emperor Star Maiden had her back facing them, the power of technology made it look like she was facing them. Regardless of which angle they looked at her from, it was a positive view. Everyone looked at the perfect Star Maiden on the stage and listened to the beautiful song. This time, with the accompaniment of the 5 dolphin beauties, it was even more captivating. Compared to the previous performance on planet Dongqi, it was several times better. Young Master Ji. Young Master Ji is here. Greetings, young Master Ji. At this moment, greetings came from the back. Wang Xian swept his gaze across. A young man walked over. He was dressed in sky blue attire. His face was a little long, and he wore a pair of boots. His hair was tied up in a bun, and he had a haughty look on his face. Clearly, he had an extraordinary background. When he walked over, be it the young man or the middle-aged man, or even the few elders, all addressed him as young Master Ji. The young man nodded his head plainly as he looked at the chair beside him. At the side, a few young men immediately poured wine for the young man. A few middle-aged men and elders came to his back. TSK, she's indeed the Emperor Star Maiden. She's so perfect. Only such a woman can inspire the desire to conquer her. He tilted his head back and drank a cup of wine. Chapter 25-30. Young Master Ji. She's the Star Goddess. She's very popular and has a strong background. Even her manager is a 6th Order Undying God King. The young man leaned on the sofa and swirled the wine glass in his hand. An old man at the side hurriedly bowed down and said with a bitter face, Hee, it's a pity that our 3C's sect is still too weak. I know what I'm doing. The young man said coldly as he slammed the glass on the table. The surrounding crowd lowered their heads and dared not speak. The strength of the eternal God Lord has earned the respect of an undying God King. Wang Xian swept his gaze across and raised his eyebrows. His eyes were filled with surprise. All forces respected strength. Take the current crown prince of the chaotic tiger demon country for example. Although he had a prestigious identity, he was not even as prestigious as an undying God King expert. Even a core disciple of a big family was not as prestigious as an expert. Of course, demon-like Invincible warrior was an exception. There's a unique aura around him, as though an expert has been resurrected after his death. Wang Xian thought to himself, and did not pay too much attention to it. I met a good sister here in the South Star system. My fans should know a little about it, right? That's right. It's our dolphin princess Yin Xian. Next, we'll perform a song together. After close to an hour, the Emperor Star Maiden finally spoke. She turned around and looked at Tang Yinxian. Xiao Xian, I'm going on stage. Tang Yinxian said to Wang Xian nervously. Yinxian, you're the best. You're 10 times better than the Emperor Star Princess. Wang Xian immediately cheered her on. You're bad-mouthing the Emperor Star Princess again. Tang Yinxian rolled her eyes at him. She relaxed a little and walked to the stage gracefully. Tang Yinxian was, after all, an undying God King expert. She could handle such situations easily. Hello everyone. I'm Tang Yinxian. Tang Yinxian walked to the stage and waved to everyone. Following which, she and the Emperor Star Princess began to sing. As soon as they sang, the powerful use of sound waves was transmitted into everyone's mind. The Emperor Star Princess's voice could make people feel good and enter an illusion. Tang Yinxuan's voice could do the same. Moreover, it was more realistic and shocking. Huh! What a beautiful voice! At the back of the stage, a group of young men and women heard the singing. Their faces were filled with shock as they looked forward. So beautiful, her voice is so beautiful. And she's so beautiful. Sounds good. Who is she? I feel that her singing is no worse than the Emperor Star Maiden's. In fact, it's even better. She's so beautiful. In the future, she will definitely be a top-notch singer, no weaker than the Star Goddess. Cries of alarm could be heard. At the same time, everyone in the audience was shocked by the fact that Star Lady had suddenly called a beautiful woman to sing with her. But when they heard this song, their eyes widened and their mouths opened slightly. He was not any worse than Star Lady. Almost everyone believed that the beauty next to the Star Lady would have an achievement no less than the Star Lady in the future. Gulp. At the back, young Master Ji stared at the stage with sparkling eyes. He slowly picked up the wine glass on the table again. He swallowed all the wine in one gulp, and his eyes shone with a fiery light. Who is that woman? He looked at the few middle-aged elders beside him and said plainly, This, young Master Ji, we don't know either. But according to Star Lady's introduction, she should be from our South Star system. One of the elders frowned and shook his head. Do you think this beautiful woman will be a hit in the Imperial Star region? Young Master Ji sat up slowly and asked the group of young men and women beside him. Young Master Ji, I think she will. Her singing is too beautiful. She is not any worse than the Star Goddess. Her looks are not any worse than the Star Goddess, and her figure is perfect. She will definitely be a hit. The young men beside him said with certainty. I think so too. She is another perfect woman. Young Master Ji squinted his golden eyes, which were shining brightly. The concert continued. Tang Yinxuan's appearance did not displease the audience at all. Instead, all of them watched her with fiery eyes. The concert lasted for a total of 70 minutes. Tang Yinxian sang 3 songs with the Emperor Star Lady, and 2 songs on her own. Star Goddess, Star Goddess. Goddess Yinxian, Goddess Yinxian. When the concert ended, the audience erupted in earth-shattering roars. The Emperor Star Lady and Tang Yinxian smiled, bowed, and retreated to the back of the stage. Swoosh! Behind them, young Master Ji immediately stood up when he saw them retreating. His gaze landed on Tang Yinxian, and his eyes shone brightly as he walked over. Young Master Ji. Behind him, the group of middle-aged and old men called out. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. Young Master Ji said emotionlessly as his lips curved into a smile. Xiao Xian, the singing of these 2 beauties was perfect. Nice to meet you, beauty. I'm young Master Ji. You can just call me young Master Ji. Tang Yinxian walked towards Wang Xian excitedly. At this moment, a few figures walked over. Young Master Ji smiled as he extended his hand to Tang Yinxian. Ha! Tang Yinxian looked at young Master Ji and his group. She was taken aback for a moment, before she nodded her head politely. Thank you for the compliment. As she spoke, she walked straight ahead. Beauty, do you have time for dinner? Seeing that Tang Yinxian did not extend her hand, young Master Ji continued. Nope. Please make way. At this moment, Wang Xian walked over, looked at young Master Ji plainly and said, Huh. Young Master Ji stopped in his tracks and looked at Wang Xian. Xiao Xian. Tang Yinxian walked over, held his hand and asked, How was my performance? Perfect. 100 times better than Star Lady. Wang Xian replied with a smile. Wang Xian, I think you're courting death. Emperor Star Lady, who was standing at the side, glared at Wang Xian when she heard this. Haha, alright. Let's go and find a place to celebrate. Wang Xian chuckled as he spoke to them. Two beauties, the Three Seas sect has prepared a banquet. Please do us the honor. Young Master Ji, who was seated at the side, spoke to them without any expression. It's fine. Let's go. Emperor Star Lady cast a glance at her and ignored her completely. Tang Yinxian did not even look at her. Let's go. Wang Xian didn't bother about this guy at the side. He led them out of the shop. Hee, you're really not giving me any face. Ji Xiaojian stood there with his face darkening. Young Master Ji, Star Lady is not someone we can afford to offend. An old man said in a low voice. I know without your reminder. What about the other one? Hee. Chapter 2531. What about the other one? Ji Xiaojian's words stunned the group of young men and middle-aged men. They naturally knew who the other one was. The woman who had just appeared. The woman who was not inferior to the Star Goddess. Young Master Ji, since that woman is with the Star Goddess, I'm afraid. A middle-aged man frowned and said softly. The Star Goddess is the Star Goddess, and the others are the others. Didn't you hear that the woman is from the South Star System? Why? Are they from the other four forces? Ji Xiaojian's face turned cold as he looked at the middle-aged man. Young Master Ji, let's investigate the identity of that woman immediately. The old man bowed and said hurriedly. Immediately. Ji Xiaojian said coldly. Yes, yes. The group of middle-aged and old men nodded their heads respectfully. Only a woman like this can make one want to conquer her. Ji Xiaojian licked his lips and sneered. The surrounding young men looked at Ji Xiaojian with respect. They were already core disciples of the Three Seas sect, but their status was worlds apart from this young man. He was not on the same level as them. He was the son of the Three Seas sect's sect leader, a former Fifth Order Immortal King realm expert. After his death, he was revived with a drop of blood, and had yet to fully recover his memories. His father was a Sixth Order Immortal King realm expert, and his grandfather was also a Sixth Order Immortal King realm expert. Even Fourth or Fifth Order Immortal King realm experts had to treat him with respect in the entire Three Seas sect. Congratulations to our Yinxian for her stunning performance and perfect debut. On the top floor of a building on Xinghua Planet, Guan Shuqing and the girls raised their glasses and congratulated Tang Yinxian through the projection. Hee, thank you, sisters. Tang Yinxian smiled. In the future, we will be able to invite superstars to sing for us live. Feng Wuan and the girls joked. Of course, let Xiao Xian dance for us in the future. Ha ha ha, that's a good idea. As the girls chatted, the Emperor Star Lady sat at the side and watched them with a smile. That's great. If my father could handle the relationship between my mother and the other aunties in the same way. The Emperor Star Lady glanced at Wang Xian and said softly. But soon she shook her head. Her father had 10 or even 100 times more women than Wang Xian. It was impossible to deal with it this way. After Tang Yinxian finished chatting with the girls, she started chatting with the Emperor Star's Queen Xian and the others. Everyone was in a good mood. Bam! Everyone, sorry to disturb you. Congratulations to Beauty Tang Yinxian for your perfect performance tonight. Right at this moment, the door suddenly opened. Ji Xiaojian stood at the door with a smile on his face. Beside him, a waiter pushed a table with a huge and exquisite pastry on it. Around him were a dozen middle-aged and old men. Wang Xian and the rest were taken aback by the sudden appearance of the person. Since the gifts have been delivered, I shall not disturb you any further. Ji Xiaojian glanced at Tang Yinxian before turning around and leaving. Miss, this is a gift from young Master Ji and young Master Jian. The waiter pushed the tray in front of Tang Yinxian and said with a smile. Please return the gift to him. Tang Yinxian frowned when she saw the gift that was pushed over. I'm sorry, Mississippi. We're only responsible for delivering it. We don't dare to return it. The waiter shook his head bitterly and quickened his pace. Wow, Sister Yinxian. You have just made an appearance, and someone has already sent you a gift. Hee. The Emperor Star Maiden was not surprised by this, as she spoke to Tang Yinxian with a smile. Xiao Xian, get someone to send it back to them. Tang Yinxian shook her head and said bitterly to Wang Xian. That's quite a generous gift. Wang Xian smiled faintly as he looked at the huge cake that was pushed over. He waved his arm and opened it. There was a flower inside. 9 fireworks, a level 2 Immortal King Divine Flower. Wang Xian looked at the flower and said plainly, This is such a valuable item. Tang Yinxian was taken aback. Wow, I did not expect Sister Yinxian to attract a nouveau riche fan. An Immortal King Divine Flower. The Emperor Star Maiden was also shocked. When she was in the central region, the disciples of the major sects might not even receive such a precious gift. Yet, someone had given her such a precious divine flower. Prime Minister Turtle, go and check the identity of that person. Wang Xian ordered Prime Minister Turtle beside him. Yes, Dragon King. The Prime Minister Turtle nodded. Hee, is our great Dragon King jealous? The Emperor Star Maiden teased. Sigh, I can't help it. My woman is too outstanding. I have to watch over her and serve her in bed tonight. Wang Xian smiled as he held Tang Yinxian's shoulder and teased. Heartless. Seeing this, the Emperor Star Maiden felt a deep blow as her face darkened. Haha. Wang Xian laughed out loud. The few of them played until late into the night, before settling down in the guest room of the building. At night, Wang Xian had a good time with the big star. The next morning, Wang Xian and the group headed out, ready to return to the Tianzi Continent Dragon Palace. The Emperor Star Maiden changed her appearance, and the group of them walked out. They're out. Just as they came out, a voice suddenly sounded. In an instant, they could feel petals falling from the sky. Wang Xian and the group were taken aback as they looked around. The petals decorated the surroundings, making the entire entrance exceptionally beautiful. There were 3 bouquets of flowers in front of them, each emitting strong vitality and energy. All of them were at the Immortal God King level. At the forefront, a young man stood there, looking at Tang Yinxian with a smile on his face. Around them, a group of young men, middle-aged men, and old men in sky blue clothes were smiling. Some of the middle-aged and old men were smiling helplessly. They had not expected young Master Ji to be so interested in a woman, to the extent that he wanted to confess to her in public. They could only attribute it to the fact that young Master Ji had not fully recovered his memories after his resurrection. Who would have expected such a distinguished young master to confess to a girl in such a grand manner? That's Goddess Yinxian, who became famous overnight last night. My grandpa's eyes were glued to her. Given young Master Ji's status, there's a high chance that he will win her heart. Almost 100%. After all, everyone knows young Master Ji's character. Some of the middle-aged and young men who were watching the commotion discussed softly. This. Tang Yinxian was stunned by the scene, and her face was a little embarrassed. Wang Xian frowned and revealed a cold expression. Chapter 2532. Hello, Beauty Tang Yinxian. At the entrance of a building on Xinghua Planet, Ji Xiaojian looked at Tang Yinxian. He picked up the 3 Undying God King level flowers and walked over. How romantic. Look at the fresh flower in that handsome guy's hand. What rank is it? It can actually condense petals in the air. It's too beautiful. That's an Undying God King level divine flower. How ignorant. This is an extremely high-position young master of 3C sect. Everyone calls him young Master Ji. When Ji Xiaojian brought the Undying God King level God flower over, the surrounding spectators were all shocked. Who can resist a confession of this level? A girl couldn't help but say, could it be that Goddess Yinxian, who was so popular yesterday, is going to be taken? Some of the youths murmured, Xiao Xian, let me handle it. Tang Yinxian whispered to Wang Xian when she saw Ji Xiaojian walking over. Wang Xian nodded his head slightly. Tang Yinxian waved her hand, and the 9 firework appeared in her hand. What's going on? Could it be that Goddess Yinxian and young Master Ji are in love? Everyone was taken aback when they saw the flower in Tang Yinxuan's hand. Ji Xiaojian raised his eyebrows slightly and walked over with a smile on his face. I'll give you 3 flowers, Goddess Yinxian. Let's have breakfast together. Ji Xiaojian looked at Tang Yinxian and smirked. Thank you for the flowers yesterday. They're too expensive. I'll return them to you. We still have things to do and have to leave. Please give us a year. Tang Yinxian waved his arm, and the flowers floated in front of him. His words made Ji Xiaojian frown. He squeezed out a smile and said in a low voice, Goddess Yinxian, it's embarrassing for you to reject my invitation in front of so many people. Give me young Master Ji some face this time. As he spoke, his eyes sparkled. Sorry. Tang Yinxian shook her head. What's going on? Goddess Yinxian seems to be rejecting young Master Ji. I think so. It can't be. With young Master Ji's status in the 3C's sect, she actually rejected him. What a character. Some of the people around them noticed that something was amiss, and were slightly surprised. In that case, Miss Tang Yinxian, please give us 3C's sect some face. Ji Xiaojian's face turned cold as he spoke in a low voice. What if I don't give it to you? Upon hearing young Master Ji's words, Wang Xian chuckled and spoke plainly from the side. Dragon King, right? Upon hearing Wang Xian, Ji Xiaojian lifted his head slightly and asked, Dragon King of Dragon Palace, right? A force from a remote place. Their strength is not bad, but this is Xinghua planet, our territory. The strong dragon cannot suppress the local snake. Moreover, your dragon palace can't be called a strong dragon. Haha. With a smile on his face, he looked at Tang Yinxian again. She's just a celebrity. She's a celebrity if she has a background. If she doesn't, she either has to find a background or pay a price. Is that so? A person who almost died still dares to be so arrogant here? Upon hearing his words, Wang Xian squinted his eyes and said sarcastically, Who are you talking about? Upon hearing this, Ji Xiaojian lifted his head abruptly and roared at Wang Xian with murderous intent. Who am I talking about? A crippled guy who dares to be so insolent here. Why don't you take a look at yourself in the mirror? Wang Xian continued to mock him. A guy who had lived for God knows how long before he was killed was still trying to woo Yinxian after coming back to life. How reckless. You're courting death. He threw the bouquet of flowers on the ground and stared at Wang Xian with murderous intent. Rumble, rumble, rumble. In the next instant, the surrounding experts from 3C's sect appeared behind Ji Xiaojian instantly. Young Master Ji, they roared with an embarrassed look on their faces. Dragon King, do you know that a single word from you will turn the entire Dragon Palace into history? Ji Xiaojian lifted his head and stared at Wang Xian coldly. I really don't believe the words of someone who almost died. Wang Xian shook his head in disdain. Courting death. When Ji Xiaojian heard Wang Xian touching his sore spot again, his eyes were filled with murderous intent. A sharp sword appeared in his hand. Young Master Ji. Everyone around him was shocked. Young Master Ji, this is a commercial planet. The black-clothed old man frowned and immediately said, Don't worry, I'll be fine. A surge of energy stopped the sharp sword in his hand. Great. Dragon King Tang Yinxian, you are the first to not give me face. Soon, you will kneel down and beg me. Ji Xiaojian's expression changed as he stared at Wang Xian and Tang Yinxian with undisguised murderous intent. I'm looking forward to seeing you kneel down and beg me. As he spoke, his face was hideous. This force has completely offended young Master Ji. I didn't expect it to come to this. Young Master Ji is too domineering. What kind of force is that? I'm afraid it's going to be a disaster. It's probably over. Young Master Ji must have some understanding of this force, since he dared to threaten them. When the onlookers saw this scene, they were slightly shocked. A confession turned into a threat. Only someone like young Master Ji could do such a domineering thing. When Wang Xian heard him, he burst into unbridled laughter. Young Master Ji, right? I think it's best for you to become a dead man. Wang Xian was a little infuriated. A guy who had died once, and only possessed the strength of an eternal divine lord now dared to be arrogant in front of him. He even dared to threaten him. A mighty dragon can't suppress a local snake? In my eyes, you guys aren't even local snakes. Just as he finished his sentence, the 5 elements grindstone appeared above his head. Shit. How dare you attack? You must be courting death. When Wang Xian made his move, the people from 3C's sect were shocked. The experts from 3C's sect shot out horrifying laws immediately. Wang. However, the next moment, the 5 elements grindstone shot out beams of light, and a horrifying law of annihilation shrouded them. Oh no! How dare he attack on Xinghua planet? Is he courting death? When everyone saw Wang Xian making his move, they were shocked. Fighting was prohibited on a commercial planet. Once you did, you would be hunted down by the controller of the planet. Those who controlled commercial planets were all the top forces in the South Star Galaxy. No one dared to create trouble here. Even young Master Ji had to abide by the rules here. Rumble. A destructive power of laws landed on all the members of the 3C's sect. They did not even have the time to react, as they stood there in fear. Incomparably terrifying energy swept past, rapidly obliterating their vitality. Young Master Ji, who was standing in front of them, widened his eyes in horror and despair. Chapter 2533, Rumble. As the energy swept across, a dull sound reverberated in front of Xinghua planet's skyscraper. Everyone from the 3C's sect that was enveloped by the grindstone was instantly killed, including 4 undying god kings. Ji Xiaojin's body landed heavily on the ground. His eyes were wide open and filled with horror. TSK, how dare a piece of trash threaten me? Wang Xian looked at the corpses in disdain. With a wave of his arm, he kept them. Let's go, he said to Empress Star Princess Yin Xian and the members of Dragon Palace before flying into the void. SSS, they killed young Master Ji. How dare they kill people on Xinghua planet? Are they tired of living? Seeing this, the surrounding people revealed shocked expressions on their faces. Young Master Ji and the experts from 3C's sect were killed on the spot. This was a commercial planet. You guys are courting death. How dare you kill people on our Xinghua commercial planet? The undying God King expert in black roared at Wang Xian, and the rest with a change in his expression. However, he did not rush over. After witnessing Wang Xian's terrifying strength, he immediately took out an item. Wang. A controller appeared in his hand, and he pressed a button. Wang wang wang. In the next instant, an alarm rang in the void. The alarm rang across half of Xinghua planet. Ha! This is? An expert has broken the rules on Xinghua planet? Everyone was slightly startled. Upon hearing the alarm, some experts immediately flew into the sky. Swish swish swish. At the same time, the alarm rang and terrifying battleships flew out from the sky. Among them, a spaceship that was 1,000,000 kilometers in size emerged from the void crevice. The cannons on it were emanating a chilling aura. Courting death. In the sky, Wang Xian was shocked to see the entire planet in operation. War machines appeared one after another. A commercial planet is indeed powerful. His eyes shone brightly when he saw experts flying out from the spaceship. His eyes were filled with murderous intent. How dare you threaten me just because you think you're the controller of a commercial planet? If you guys want to fight, Wang Xian will not hold back. All members get ready, Wang Xian said coldly. Damn it. Wang Xian did a good job just now. That guy is too arrogant. I've been a celebrity for so many years, and this is the first time I've met such an arrogant guy. Anting, help me amplify it. At the side, the Emperor Star Maiden had an ugly expression on her face when she saw this scene. She immediately spoke to Anting. Alright. Auntie Ying nodded. I'm the Star Lady. Today, the young master of Xinghua planet, young Master Ji of the 3C's sect, was overcome by lust and threatened Yin Xian. He even said that he would destroy her faction if she didn't agree. How interesting. I, the Star Lady, have held thousands of concerts and traveled to all the major commercial planets in the Imperial Star region. This is the first time I've seen such a person and such a planet. How laughable. Commercial planets are all equal. Xinghua planet is trash. The Emperor Star Maiden's face was filled with anger as she directly spoke. With Aunt Ying's amplification, everyone on planet Xinghua could hear her clearly. When her voice reverberated throughout the entire planet, everyone was slightly taken aback, and their faces were filled with astonishment. What's going on? The young master of Xinghua planet, young Master Ji of the Three Seas sect, was overcome by lust and threatened goddess Inxian directly? To think that Xinghua planet would do such a thing. What the heck? Is this a fucking commercial planet? Bullshit. The battleship in the sky is targeting our star goddess. Damn it. Damn it. At this moment, the entire Xinghua planet was slightly restless. Most of the people who had watched the concert last night had not left. Now that they heard the voice of the star goddess, all of them were infuriated. Rumble, rumble, rumble. The next moment, tens of millions of people flew into the sky furiously. One should never underestimate the fans of a celebrity. Sometimes some fans would act crazily. Oh no. When this voice sounded, everyone from the Jianhua group, the Black Forest group, and the Three Seas sect who controlled Xinghua planet had a drastic change of expression. How did we offend the star goddess? Are they attacking the star goddess and her people? Their expressions changed drastically as the disciples of the three major forces lifted their heads and flew towards the location where the signal was emitted. Stop the attack. In the sky, within the battleship, an old man stood in the command room with a gloomy expression. His face was extremely gloomy. The star goddess was down there. Someone on the artificial intelligence said that the star goddess had a strong background and might be a disciple of the imperial court. Now, regardless of whether it was true or not, they could not attack recklessly. If the star goddess died here, the fans in the central region would destroy them. Stop the attack. In other places, the experts on the battleships had also received the message. All of them had extremely gloomy expressions. The words of the star goddess were definitely a huge blow to their Xinghua planet. A commercial planet had to be safe. Everyone was equal, and everything should be done fairly. Otherwise, if you could not even guarantee the safety of others, and could not even maintain fairness, who would dare to do business here? If one day, you directly snatched the treasure, who would they go to reason with? No one would come to an unfair commercial planet. Once the commercial planet lost its human traffic, it would basically be useless. The star goddess words were a huge blow to Xinghua planet. After all, no one would think that the star goddess was lying. Damn it, what did the Three Seas sect do? The experts from the Jianhua group and the Black Forest group had extremely ugly expressions as they cursed angrily. If this matter was not handled well, it would have a huge impact on Xinghua planet. Oh, not bad, star goddess. In the sky, Wang Xian saw the battleship stopping and the experts standing in the void. He raised an eyebrow and smiled at her. Don't look down on me. The Emperor Star Goddess lifted her head slightly and said coldly, "You're still panting when I say you're fat. All right, let's go." Wang Xian chuckled and flew rapidly into the void. Although the three forces of Xinghua planet did not have any 7th Order Immortal King experts, they still had to be careful. Of course, if it wasn't for the fact that he did not want to ignore the Emperor Star Goddess and the rest, Wang Xian could have returned to the Dragon Palace instantly. However, before the other party had an absolute advantage, Wang Xian would not take the initiative to escape. This was not his character. He would bring the members of the Dragon Palace to wreak havoc. Just as Wang Xian and the rest left, over 100 figures flew over. There's no need to chase after them. There's a 5th Order Immortal King expert among them. An old man in black looked at the disappearing figures with an ugly expression. Chapter 2534. Three Seas Sect, what are you doing? In the void, the experts from the Black Forest Collective of the Jianhua organization questioned the experts from the Three Seas Sect. The Dragon King of Dragon Palace killed our young Master Ji, and a few of our Undying God King experts. Are we going to let them off just like that? An old man from the Three Seas Sect roared furiously. Damn it. The star goddess has announced to the entire planet that we are threatening them. We have to reduce the impact of this matter. Otherwise, it will be a huge blow to our Xinghua planet. An old man from the Black Forest Collective beside him roared coldly. Let's discuss this matter immediately. The experts from the Jianhua organization spoke with a solemn face as they flew towards the space warship in the sky. The experts from the Three Seas sect had a change of expression as they followed suit. This time, it was their Three Seas sect's fault. Pfft. Dragon King of Dragon Palace, all of you deserve to die. I'm going to kill all of you. I'm going to annihilate all of you. At the same time, in a vast ocean, a young man was standing in a sky-blue underwater palace. He spat out a mouthful of blood and let out a furious roar with a hideous expression. When the guards outside heard the roar, their faces were filled with fear. Jianer, what's wrong? At this moment, an old man walked in and spoke to the figure in the room. Father, the clone created by the heaven god Lotus Root has been killed. I've been killed. Young Master Ji's eyes were bloodshot as he spoke to the old man. What? The old man's body trembled as a terrifying baleful aura exploded from his body. When his son died previously, he had taken out an extremely precious heaven god Lotus Root to create two bodies for his son. This was to prevent the same thing from happening again. Such a treasure was extremely rare and precious. However, this wasn't the most important thing. What was more important was that someone dared to kill his son. If it wasn't for the treasure, his son would have died for good. Wang. At this moment, the artificial intelligence system on his body vibrated. When he saw the information on it, his expression changed. Jianer, I'll avenge you. As he spoke, his figure vanished instantly. In the space warship in the void above Xinghua planet, close to 200 Undying God King experts were seated. 3 major forces were in different directions. The sect leader of the Three Seas sect is here. An old man leading the Black Forest group looked at the sect master of the Three Seas sect and said indifferently, anyone who dares to cause trouble on our Xinghua planet will be killed without mercy. The face of the sect master of Three Seas sect was filled with murderous intent as he roared. We'll talk about this later. Let's deal with the star goddess influence first. The old man leading the Jianhua Corporation said with a gloomy expression. When the Three Seas sect master saw the 2 major forces staring at him, his expression changed as he sat on his seat. Right now, a single sentence from the star goddess has greatly affected us. Look at the AI's evaluation of us. Look at the chaos caused by the star goddess fans on Xinghua planet. The old man in charge of the Black Forest group waved his arm, and the information regarding Xinghua planet on the supercomputer went crazy. Because of the star goddess influence, all of them were scolding Xinghua planet. There were even many Central Region fans who came over to scold them through location tracking. The entire Xinghua planet instantly became an existence that everyone wanted to beat up. Moreover, the other 4 commercial planets in the South Star System were also secretly adding fuel to the fire. One by one, all kinds of exposés came out. If they didn't handle it well, the entire Xinghua planet would suffer a huge blow. At least half of the population would be lost. Once they lost so many people, Xinghua planet would decline further and further. The losses would be incalculable. Right now, we have to stabilize the situation. The old man leading the Jianhua Corporation said. They killed people on our commercial planet, my son, and my subordinates. They broke the rules first. What do we have to fear? The Three Seas sect master said coldly. The star goddess influence is too great. We have no choice but to explain. However, we have evidence here. The current situation is still acceptable. As for what happens next, this incident was caused by your Three Seas sect. You guys deal with the Dragon King of Dragon Palace, and let them know the consequences of breaking the rules of Xinghua planet. The old man leading the Black Forest group said to the Three Seas sect master. Don't worry. Leave the Dragon Palace to us. I'll make them suffer so much that they'll wish they were dead. The Three Seas sect master bellowed. In addition, issue a warrant for the arrest of the entire South Star System. If other forces see it, even if they don't capture them, they won't let them step onto the planet. The old man leading the Black Forest group added. Upload the scene of the Dragon King of Dragon Palace and the others killing people on Xinghua planet to the supercomputer. As soon as the old man finished his sentence, he vanished. The group at the side immediately got to work. They edited the footage captured by the satellite and uploaded it to the supercomputer in the name of Xinghua planet. Please watch the video if it's true or not. The Dragon King of Dragon Palace has killed the people of Xinghua planet and violated the rules. We will judge him according to the rules of Xinghua planet. The moment the video was uploaded, it immediately spread like wildfire on the supercomputer. At the same time, in the vast starry sky, Wang Xian and the group were shuttling through the universe towards the habitable planet. They were going to transit through the teleportation formation of the habitable planet. Xiao Xian, it's all my fault this time. Yeah, it's all your fault. Yinxian, you're too pretty and likable. In the universe, Tang Yinxian was just about to blame herself when she was interrupted by Wang Xian. This made her glare at Wang Xian with a faint smile. It's just the 3C sect. We're not afraid even if they are the top 3 forces of Xinghua planet. Wang Xian patted Tang Yinxian's head and continued. These guys are too arrogant. I've never met such scoundrels after being a celebrity for so many years. TSK. The Emperor Star Princess commented indignantly. Wang. At this moment, the Emperor Star Princess saw the supercomputer vibrating nonstop. Clearly, many fans were sending messages to her. Those scoundrels from Xinghua planet uploaded the video of Wang Xian's murder onto the supercomputer to sway public opinion. When she saw the message on the supercomputer, she raised her eyebrows slightly. Oh, I guess they're afraid of your influence. Wang Xian frowned slightly and took out the supercomputer. Indeed, on the supercomputer, there were countless heated discussions about Xinghua planet. A video posted on Xinghua planet was very popular. The video was of Wang Xian slaughtering the experts from the 3C sect. So it was the Dragon King of Dragon Palace who started it? This is obviously a confession from a disciple of the 3C sect to Goddess Yinxian. They even gave her such precious gifts. Yet, the Dragon King of Dragon Palace killed them cruelly. This Dragon King is so cruel. They were just confessing, and he killed everyone from the 3C sect. They broke the rules of Xinghua planet. There's no voice and no comments. What do you mean no comments? Can't you see the video? No matter how wrong the disciples of the 3C sect were, they shouldn't have killed them. They should be punished for breaking the rules of a commercial planet. The Star Goddess is clearly siding with them. Messages were being transmitted wildly on the supercomputer. Chapter 2535. There were countless comments below the video posted by Xinghua planet. Xinghua planet represented the 3 major powers. Here on their own planet, the disciples of the 3 major powers would naturally speak up for their own faction. Furthermore, not everyone was a fan of the Emperor Star Maiden. The moment the video was released, countless people condemned the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace for being incomparably cruel and wanting to kill at the slightest disagreement. Many people supported Xinghua planet to punish the Dragon Palace faction. They wanted to let them know the consequences of violating the rules of Xinghua planet. Countless people started to denounce her, and some of them even said that the Star Goddess was deliberately distorting the truth just because she had a lot of fans. Xinghua planet hehe. When Wang Xian saw it, a cold gleam flashed in his eyes. This group of despicable fellows. Humph. Fortunately, I held back. If you want to fight with me, I'll make you suffer heavy losses. Suddenly, the Emperor Star Princess smiled craftily and started to fiddle with the AI. Wang Xian looked at the Emperor Star Maiden. Let's go back to the Dragon Palace. We can enjoy the delicacies while watching the show. Very soon the Emperor Star Maiden urged. On the Emperor Star Maiden's homepage, there was also a video. She named the video, Bully. Was this the so-called rule of Xinghua planet? The scene in the video was the same as the one released on Xinghua planet. The only difference was that Xinghua planet was shot from a satellite, so no sound could be heard. The video was from the Emperor Star Maiden's point of view, so everyone could hear her voice clearly. In other words, The entire process was recorded. The Emperor Star Maiden's influence and speed of spreading was not something that Xinghua planet could compare to. The entire Imperial Star region knew of her message. Awesome. Such a desolate place actually has such a tyrant. I've seen it for myself. If this idiot was in our central region, he would have been killed long ago. Good kill. Arrogant. This kind of person still dares to be arrogant. He is simply courting death. Xinghua planet still wants to hide. What a joke. Look at the faces of the 3 Seas sect disciples of Xinghua planet. So powerful. Disciples of the 3 major factions of Xinghua planet. Whichever woman you fancy, you must submit to them. Otherwise, they will threaten to destroy you. Very quickly, the entire video went viral. The video that Xinghua planet had just posted was instantly slapped in the face. At this moment, Xinghua planet was cursed. Be *starred. Look at what the 3 Seas sect has done. When the Black Forest group and the Jianhua group saw this video, all the experts were incomparably furious. With this video, they wouldn't be able to explain themselves. With the influence of the Emperor Star Maiden, and the secret competition between the other 4 planets in the South Star System, their Xinghua planet would definitely suffer heavy losses this time. The profits of a commercial planet were extremely frightening. Otherwise, the various top powers would not have established a commercial planet in the first place. The upper echelons of the Black Forest group and the Jianhua group immediately rushed over. At the same time, they called over the experts of the 3 Seas sect. The 3 Seas sect will take full responsibility for the losses this time around. The upper echelons of the Black Forest group and the Jianhua group glared at the sect master of the 3 Seas sect and bellowed coldly. We will naturally take responsibility for the losses this time. The sect master of 3 Seas sect leaned back in his chair and bellowed with a dark expression. Everything was because of his son, and he had no other choice. We will bear all the losses from now on. The sect master of 3 Seas sect stood up abruptly. With a cold expression, he left immediately. What a good son. It's fortunate that their generation is in control of the 3 Seas sect. Otherwise, why would the others agree? The upper echelons of the Black Forest group and the Jianhua group watched as the sect master left and frowned. All disciples of the 3 Seas sect follow this sect master into battle. An hour later, 90% of the 3 Seas sect's planet was covered by the ocean. The sect master of 3 Seas sect floated above the ocean and bellowed with killing intent. Yes, sect master. From within the ocean, numerous experts clad in sky blue armor flew out, their faces filled with a violent aura. Each of them was like a peak predator in the ocean, vast and powerful. Trident Core, Mad Shark Core, Raging Wave Core. The Undying God King experts of the 3 Seas sect roared coldly. Behind them, there were soldiers lined up neatly, all of them Eternal God Lord experts. The 3 Seas sect had 5 great armies. Each army had 150,000 people, and each army had 30 Undying God King experts. Sect Master. Following that, numerous figures flew over and greeted the sect master of 3 Seas sect respectfully. Among the 40 to 50 figures, there were 7 to 8 Fifth Order Undying God King experts. The Dragon Palace's Dragon King has killed our 3 Seas sect experts and disregarded the rules of the Xinghua planet. Go and destroy the Dragon Palace. The sect master of 3 Seas sect roared with killing intent. Yes, all the experts of the sect army roared in unison. Sect master. The relationship between the Dragon Palace and the chaotic tiger demonic kingdom is not bad. Should we investigate further? An old man from the 3 Seas sect frowned as he walked over and whispered. Ignore them. The chaotic tiger demonic kingdom is currently at war with the demon-slaying sect. They will not interfere. Board the Sea God battleship. The sect master of 3 Seas sect looked at the old man coldly and roared. The old man was slightly helpless. The sect master had absolute authority and control within the 3 Seas sect. His words could not be changed by anyone. Fortunately, the sect master was wise. This time, he was only attacking a remote faction. There would not be any problems. Boom boom boom. At this time, an incomparably huge battleship rose from the ocean. The battleship was at least 500 to 600 kilometers wide. It shone with a metallic luster and looked extremely terrifying. Hua hua hua. In the next moment, all the disciples of 3C's sect flew towards the battleship. A remote faction dares to kill Jian, and cause trouble on Xinghua planet? Is it the Star Lady or the chaotic tiger demonic kingdom that gave you the courage? This time, even if we can't wipe you all out, we will destroy all your planets. The sect master of 3C's sect stood at the forefront of the battleship. Terrifying energy burst forth from his body. Move out. Boom boom boom. The sea god battleship shone with a resplendent blue light as it flew into the void. With such a huge commotion happening at 3C's sect, it was impossible to hide it. Soon, the news of 3C's sect master leading an army into space spread like wildfire. Currently, the comments on the computer were one-sided. Everyone was scolding Xinghua planet. No matter what, we did not kill anyone on Xinghua planet. Since the Dragon Palace's Dragon King dared to violate the rules of our Xinghua planet, he will pay the price of destruction. However, the disciples of the 3C's sect, one of the three major factions of Xinghua planet, let out a final roar. Those who violated the rules of their Xinghua planet had to pay the price in blood. Chapter 2536. The experts from the 3C's sect were determined to destroy the Dragon Palace. At this time, Xinghua planet made another statement. On Xinghua planet, we will not allow anything that violates the rules of a commercial planet to happen. In this incident, our 3C's sect disciples did not take any action. Anyone that violates the rules of Xinghua planet will have to pay an unacceptable price. This includes the three major forces of Xinghua planet. The public opinion was in favor. Xinghua planet had no choice but to change their target. This statement told everyone that although the disciples of the 3C's sect were in the wrong, they did not violate the rules of a commercial planet. Similarly, anyone who violated the rules would have to pay a hefty price. This statement was to appease the merchants of Xinghua planet and the hearts of the people of the South Star Galaxy. As long as Xinghua planet was not seen as a lawless planet, it would be fine. In the future, they could slowly recover. Although the fans of the Emperor Star Maiden were not convinced by this statement, some forces of the South Star Galaxy knew that this matter would not affect the foundation of the South Star Galaxy. After all, the people of Xinghua planet did not violate the rules this time. I'm back. Wang Xian, get someone to prepare some delicacies. Let's get ready to watch the show. Emperor Star Maiden, who had been on the road for more than 10 hours, said the moment she returned to the Dragon Palace. She immediately took out the artificial intelligence system to take a look. However, when he took out the artificial intelligence system, he frowned slightly. Wang Xian, there's something bad. Emperor Star Maiden looked at the information on the artificial intelligence system and said to Wang Xian immediately, "Oh, what's the matter?" Wang Xian looked over and immediately walked to her side. The leader of the 3C's sect has brought experts here personally to destroy the Dragon Palace. They said they would make the Dragon Palace pay a hefty price. Emperor Star Maiden looked at him solemnly. Prime Minister Turtle, I asked you to investigate the situation of the 3C's sect. How's the investigation going? Wang Xian immediately asked Prime Minister Turtle. Dragon King, according to our investigation, the 3C's sect is slightly stronger than the chaotic tiger demon country. They have 4 sixth order immortal king realm experts, and more than 400 experts. Prime Minister Turtle reported immediately. Wang Xian raised his eyebrows. It's impossible for all 4 of them to come. At most there will be 2. In their eyes, the strength of our Dragon Palace is so weak that they won't send too many pinnacle experts. However, they probably won't send too few experts. After all, they want to destroy us. Prime Minister Turtle smiled faintly. He did not feel too much danger. Even if all of them come, we are not afraid. Wang Xian narrowed his eyes. Even though the Dragon Palace only had 1 sixth order God King realm expert, they had many 5th order experts. Now there were more than 40 of them. Based on the strength of the Dragon Palace's experts, 10 of them would be able to fight against 4 Sixth Order Immortal God King Realm experts. In addition, the Dragon Palace still had more than 1,000 Undying God Kings. Even if the entire 3C sect came, he would not be afraid. But since they said that they want to destroy us, we should also prepare well and give them a surprise. Wang Xian's eyes were shining brightly. According to my speculation, they should be coming from the direction of Lorman's desolate beast garden. At that time, the Iron Blood Alliance will be the front line. Dragon King, we can set up a formation there and wait for them to arrive. Then we can give them a fatal blow. Prime Minister Turtle said. Come, let's head over immediately. Since they are courting death, we will grant them their wish. This time, everyone below the Sixth Order Immortal God King realm will die. Wang Xian's face was filled with viciousness. The disciples of the 3C sect dared to covet Tang Yinxian and act so arrogantly. They were courting death. Now they even dared to make a ruckus and attack, without any regard for the Dragon Palace. Then, let them know the price of their actions. Yinxian, you guys stay in the Dragon Palace. Prime Minister Turtle, bring everyone from the Fire Hammer tribe. Wang Xian ordered as he headed towards the teleportation formation. The Fire Hammer tribe, the Fire Gold Dragon species. They were the strongest in the Divine Dragon tribe in terms of forging. They had been studying the Tao of formations. The old patriarch of the Fire Hammer tribe and Duan Jinming were both at the Fifth Order Immortal God King realm. They had also mastered the Black Hole Spatial Disruption Array formation and the Spatial Lock Array formation. This time, Wang Xian wanted to cover the entire starry sky with this formation. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle nodded and informed the 30,000 Fire Gold Dragon species to rush to the teleportation formation. 30,000 Fire Gold Dragon species. The weakest was at the Fifth Order Eternal God Lord. Wang Xian and the rest moved and were teleported to a planet that used to belong to the Iron Blood Alliance. Seal the starry sky and set up the Black Hole Spatial Disruption formation and Spatial Lock formation. Wang Xian led them into the void. In the void, there was a defensive line that the Iron Blood Alliance used to defend against the dire beasts. Wang Xian and the rest of the Fire Gold Dragon species flew over and ordered. Yes, Dragon King. The group of Fire Gold Dragon species nodded and started to set up the formation in the void. Wang Xian waved his arm, and a ray compass appeared in his hand. He immediately started to inscribe the formation on the array compass. Wang. All the Fire Gold Dragon species and Wang Xian got to work. 5 hours later, the entire void was filled with dense formations. There were only 2 types of formations, the Black Hole Spatial Disruption formation and the Spatial Lock formation. The main purpose of setting up so many formations was to deal with Sixth Order Immortal God King realm experts. After the 2 types of formations were set up, the old patriarch and Duan Jinming started to set up the concealment formation. The concealment formation that they set up could only be detected by a Sixth Order Immortal God King realm expert. Behind them, Wang Xian created more than 100 array compass, all of which could trap experts below the Sixth Order Immortal God King realm. Prime Minister Turtle, send all the members of the Dragon Palace over there. About 100 Immortal God Kings first, the rest hide in the surrounding Dragon Palaces and wait for reinforcements. Wang Xian ordered Prime Minister Turtle after he finished setting up the array compass. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle nodded. Soon, 200,000 members of the Dragon Palace flew over from the surrounding planets. These 200,000 members of the Dragon Palace belonged to the weaker group of dragons. The truly strong ones were waiting in the Dragon Palace. Wow, Wang Xian, you're too cunning. You're actually waiting here for a heir to come to you. Emperor Star Princess followed the members of the Dragon Palace over and laughed as she looked at Wang Xian, who was standing at the front line. Hee. Wang Xian chuckled. Waiting for a heir to come to you is a good phrase. He squinted his eyes and smirked. He looked at the void in front of him and waited patiently. At the same time, a humongous ocean god warship whizzed past above the Lorman Desolate Beast Garden. Sect leader, we'll be entering that desolate area in 5 minutes. In the command room of the warship, an old man reported to the sect leader of the 3C's sect. I'm going to destroy all their territories. The sect leader of the Three Seas sect lifted his head slightly, and his face was filled with malice. Chapter 2537. Sect Leader, the Dragon Palace should not be weak. We still need to be careful. On the humongous ocean god worship, the Three Seas sect's elder could feel the violent killing intent of the sect leader, and reminded softly, I'll block all their experts. I'll leave the rest to you. The Three Seas sect's sect leader stared ahead and said coldly, Yes, sect leader. The Three Seas sect's elder nodded slightly. Their attack this time was not to destroy the Dragon Palace. A force of this level was very difficult to destroy. Once a god king hid, it would be very difficult to find them. Their main goal was to destroy the Dragon Palace's bases and planets, making them pay a heavy price. If the Dragon Palace dared to resist, with the sect leader personally taking action, resisting would be courting death. The ocean god worship whistled. The group of Three Seas sect's god kings stood in the command center and stared ahead coldly. The distance was getting closer. Beep beep beep. 4 minutes later, a notification sounded from the warship. Sect leader, there's a huge energy wave in front. There are about 200,000 people in the void. There's a large number of array waves. They should be ambushing us. An undying god king controlled the ocean god worship. When he saw the notification, he immediately notified. Hee, they actually dare to welcome us here? Setting up an array in the void and waiting for us to charge in? Childish. The Three Seas sect leader revealed a mocking expression. Clear the array. The Three Seas sect leader said coldly. Yes. The undying god king controlling the ocean god worship nodded and revealed a mocking expression. Wang. He pressed a button, and a row of red energy channels appeared in front of the warship. Wang. In the next moment, a red ray tore through the space and swept forward. The ray covered a radius of a few 100 million kilometers. Pung pung pung. When the ray entered the range of the array, a series of explosions could be heard. Sect leader, the 200,000 people in front have been distributed. There are more than 150 undying god king experts, and the rest are eternal god lord experts. The Three Seas sect's elder's voice sounded with a smile on his face. A bunch of idiots. Get ready. All the eternal god lord experts will be killed here. Leave that dragon king to me. The Three Seas sect leader revealed a sinister expression. Hua hua hua. At the next moment, the decks of the ocean god worship rose. Three Seas sect disciples stood on them, staring coldly ahead. Is there a problem? Wang Xian stood at the former front line of the Iron Blood Alliance. His lips curved into a smile as he spoke. No problem. I'm a celestial emperor. It's impossible for them to break my concealment formation with just this bit of technology. Even if the robot race comes, it won't work. A voice rang in Wang Xian's mind, and he broke into a smile. His eyes flickered as he watched the incomparably huge sea god warship enter the area ahead. Attack! Looking at the warships ahead, Wang Xian commanded loudly with a stern look on his face. The members of Dragon Palace roared and charged towards the Neptune warship. Hee, a bunch of reckless fools kill. In the command room of the sea god battleship, the sect leader of the Three Seas sect revealed a disdainful and sinister look. With a swift move, he locked his gaze on Wang Xian, and a confinement circle appeared in his hand. How dare you kill my son? Today, I will make you wish you were dead. His eyes were bloodshot, and his figure instantly appeared in front of the Neptune warship. Wang. The moment he appeared, the confinement circle in his hand slammed towards Wang Xian. Neptune warship, divine wave cannon attack. The immortal king controlling the Neptune warship was excited as he pressed a few buttons. Ka ka ka. Rows of metal clashing sounds rang out. In the next instant, waves of terrifying law cannons blasted towards the front. The area covered was hundreds of millions of kilometers. If this attack landed on a planet, it could destroy it instantly. The attack of the Neptune warship was equivalent to the full force attack of 24th Order Immortal King realm experts. This was the strength of the Neptune warship, the strongest warship of the Three Seas sect. Tempestuous waves reverberated in the void. On the surrounding planets, some experts were shocked when they felt the terrifying energy. SSS, What level of battle is this? Someone is fighting with the experts of Dragon Palace. Their faces were filled with horror as they lifted their heads to look at the void. Roar, roar, leave it to our Imperial Dragon race. At the forefront, the leader of the Saturn Star Tortoise race was unfazed when he saw the attack of the warship. He let out a loud roar and waved his arm. Around him, the Saturn Star Tortoises that had evolved into Imperial Dragon race also waved their arms. A mysterious gray shield appeared in the sky, and a dragon tortoise appeared on the shield. Rumble, rumble, rumble. The God Wave cannon had been easily blocked. What? He blocked it. On the Neptune warship, that immortal king was slightly stunned. Humph. Not bad. Outside the warship, the sect leader of 3C's sect revealed a cold expression when he saw this. He waved his arm, and the surrounding space started to crumble. The confinement circle flew through the cracks of space, and instantly appeared above Wang Xian's head. I've locked on. Ha ha ha, Dragon King, you will die today. Seeing the confinement circle land on the head of the Dragon King, the sect leader of 3C's sect could not help but laugh hysterically. His voice reverberated across the sky. All of them are within range. At this moment, Wang Xian looked at the confinement circle above his head and revealed a cold smirk. Wang wang wang. In the next instant, the entire space underwent a huge change. Black holes appeared out of nowhere and covered a horrifying area of a few billion kilometers. These black holes were even more horrifying than before. Other than the creepy black holes, there were also countless rays of white light that penetrated the entire world. The world changed drastically in an instant. What? Hasn't the formation been completely wiped out? What kind of creepy array is this? At the moment when the strange space appeared, everyone was slightly shocked. Be careful, this array can trap even immortal kings. An elder of 3C's sect squinted his eyes as he saw the huge change in the world and shouted, Good, good, good. I didn't expect you to have such tricks up your sleeves. However, can these arrays stop your destruction? The sect leader of 3C's sect had a murderous look on his face as he waved his arm. Ka ka ka. One by one the arrays collapsed. Trash. The sect leader of 3C's sect said in disdain as he charged towards Wang Xian. Hee hee, roving crab. Keep him in one area and don't let him wreak havoc. Wang Xian stared at the sect leader of 3C's sect as his yin-yang 5 elements dragon eyes scanned the surroundings. When he did not discover a second sixth order immortal king, his lips curved into a smile. Kill all the members of the Dragon Palace. Leave no one alive. Wang Xian let out a frenzied roar. In the ocean where the Iron Blood Alliance used to be, roars reverberated as the true combat power of the Dragon Palace flew over at a terrifying speed. Chapter 2538. When the experts of the Dragon Palaces in the surrounding planets roared, Roving Demon immediately transformed into a terrifying and ferocious devouring dragon. A violent aura that belonged to the bug tribe, and the pressure of the divine dragon intertwined and surged towards the surroundings. His body, which was over 10,000 meters long, charged straight for the 3C's sect master. At the same time, the 3C's sect master, who had just said that the surrounding formations were trash, felt Aoxia's aura. His pupils constricted and his expression changed. Oh no, sect leader, we've been ambushed. Experts from the Dragon Palace are flying towards us. At that moment, the anxious voice of the 3C's sect's elder sounded from behind. They saw 300 undying god kings flying towards them. 300, a full 300. The entire 3C's sect only had slightly more than 400 immortal god kings. This time, they had more than 155th order immortal god kings. However, they found that the experts in the Dragon Palace were not weaker than them. In fact, they outnumbered them. This caused the expressions of the elders of the 3C's sect to change drastically. How could the Dragon Palace have so many experts? The sect master of 3C's sect swept his gaze over, and his expression instantly turned ugly. Roar! But right at this moment, a terrifying claw that was thousands of meters long swept towards him. Sensing the explosions in the surrounding space, the expression of the sect master of 3C's sect changed drastically. The other party has a 6th order immortal god king realm expert retreat. At this moment, The sect master of 3C's sect roared with an extremely gloomy expression. In their opinion, a fifth-order God King Realm Immortal King Realm expert was already strong enough. Moreover, they also knew about what happened in the chaotic Tiger Demon Kingdom. The Dragon King had an incomparably powerful divine weapon in his hands. Even so, many people could confirm that Dragon Palace was only a fifth-order immortal God King. The Dragon Palace's Dragon King was clearly the king of a superpower. His strength was at the fifth-order Undying God King realm, and according to their investigations, this superpower had just been established not long ago. But now, a sixth-order Immortal King Realm expert had appeared out of nowhere. He was clearly the Dragon King's subordinate. A sixth-order God King Realm subordinate to a fifth-order God King Realm? Retreat. The words of the 3C's sect leader caused the expressions of everyone in the 3C's sect to change slightly. Retreat? Can you get a refund? A look of disdain flashed across Wang Xian's face. Around him, numerous fifth-order Immortal God King Realm experts attacked the Sea God battleship. Beep beep beep. Defend. The Ocean God warship let out a warning sound. The Undying God King controlling the warship immediately activated the barrier with an ugly expression. They did not expect the Dragon Palace to have so many experts. So. However, just as they opened their defenses, more than 300 Undying God Kings from Dragon Palace had already charged over. Among them, there were a total of 15 Eternal God Lords. This was double that of the 3C's sect. This is bad. Retreat quickly. I'll help you hold them off for a few seconds. When the sect master of the 3C's sect sensed the figures rushing past him, his expression changed drastically. He immediately bellowed fiercely. You won't last a second. When Wuxia heard the 3C's sect master's words, he revealed a cold expression. His humongous body went straight for the 3C's sect master. Get lost. The sect master of 3C's sect roared and wanted to repel Wuxia. But how could the devouring dragon be so easy to deal with? Boom boom boom. At this moment, a series of terrifying attacks landed on the Ocean God warship. The humongous Ocean God warship emitted large amounts of sparks. This is bad. In front of the Ocean God warship, the expressions of several 3C's sect elders changed drastically. Looking at the experts of Dragon Palace charging towards them, their expressions were extremely ugly. Eternal God Lord disciples, retreat to your divine kingdom immediately. There were too many Undying God Kings in Dragon Palace. They could only retreat now. This is bad. Elder, we can't sense our divine kingdom. This strange space is blocking us. Soon, the group of people immediately responded with faces full of panic. Damn it. Deacon and above experts destroy the surrounding formations. An old man immediately roared. Boom boom boom. The Undying God Kings of the 3C's sect hurriedly attacked the surrounding void. Some of the arrays were destroyed, but this strange space did not disappear. There are many of these strange formations. It will take some time to destroy them all. Some experts saw this scene and shouted immediately. How dare you attack our Dragon Palace? All of you shall stay here. At this time, Roving Heavens and the rest flew over. They immediately transformed into powerful and terrifying dragons, and attacked the 3C's sect with tyrannical energy. Not good. The experts of 3C's sect felt a chill in their hearts. Bang 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 bang. This time, Dragon Palace had sent out 15 5th-order Immortal King experts, 34th Order Immortal King experts, and more than 200 others. Such a strong force, it was double of 3C's sects. Waves of terrifying power of laws attacked, and all the members of the 3C's sect in front of them were sent flying backward. No, Elder, save us. The Eternal God Lord powerhouses roared in shock. 300 Undying God Kings attacked together. If they were caught in the shockwave, they would be killed instantly. Especially in this strange space, they couldn't escape at all. Damn it, all Undying God Kings, retreat to the Immortal Kingdom. An elder of 3C's sect roared immediately. Run. The rest of the Undying God Kings' faces darkened, their bodies trembling. Bang bang bang. When they sensed that their immortal kingdom was about to return, they felt the energy obstructing them. They immediately charged forward. One by one the arrays crumbled. However, this strange space still existed. This caused all the undying God King's faces to change. Boom boom boom. At this time, the ocean god battleship exploded, spewing out all sorts of metal. So. At this time, array compasses flew over, and a strange array space suddenly appeared. Leave no one alive, kill. When the space once again enveloped everyone, all the experts of Dragon Palace were already charging over. Not good. Shit, we've been ambushed. Block. When everyone from 3C's sect saw this, their hearts skipped a beat and they roared in shock. Boom 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 boom. But in the next instant, a series of terrifying attacks engulfed them. Screams rang out. Eternal God Lords, and even the undying God Kings were in despair under another round of attacks. Double the difference in strength, it was a complete suppression. Other than the 4th Order and 5th Order Immortal Kings who could defend, the rest could not survive the shockwave. Chapter 2539. It's over. Find a chance to break the array. Break the array. Otherwise all of us will die here. Sect leader, find a way to break the array. Otherwise our 3C's sect disciples will be finished. In front of Lorman Desolate Beast's garden, the sea god battleship collapsed and burned in space. 50% of the remaining 3C's sect disciples and experts were killed in this wave of attacks. This was the result of 7 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts withstanding all the attacks and taking out a defensive treasure. If it weren't for them, no more than 20 people would have survived. Even so, they couldn't withstand too many attacks. Damn Dragon Palace. All of you deserve to die. Break. The 3C's sect leader's eyes turned bloodshot as he went berserk. Ka. Under the aftershock of his terrifying might, the black hole disruption array collapsed one by one. However, Wuxia and the rest had set up hundreds of thousands of arrays here. All the members of the Fire Hammer clan, including him, had destroyed less than 200,000 of them. Those black hole disruption array, that could trap 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts, were even less damaged. 3C's sect leader, don't worry. We don't have the strength to kill you today. But the rest of the 3C's sect disciples will stay here and watch them die. Wuxia stared at the 3C's sect leader with cold eyes. Dragon King, I'll kill you. The 3C's sect leader's eyes were bloodshot. Rumble rumble rumble. Right at this moment, the space at the side trembled. Terrifying power of laws attacked everyone from the 3C's sect once again. Only half of the 400,000 people from the 3 armies were left. Seeing the 300 Immortal Kings attacking again, their faces were filled with despair. We can't hold on anymore. One of the 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts roared with trembling body. We can't hold on anymore. The other party's strength was more than double theirs. They might be able to hold on once, but it would be difficult to hold on for a second or third time. No. The 3C's sect disciples screamed in despair. Boom. Arg. As the attacks landed, the remaining half died again. 90% of them died. No. The sect master of 3C's sect, who was entangled by roving crab, shuddered. His heart was bleeding. This time, he had led nearly half of the 3C's sect's forces. If all of them were to perish here, the 3C's sect would not be able to bear the consequences. Shadowfish, destroy the surrounding formation. His body suddenly trembled, and a blurry shadow appeared behind him. This shadow was completely transparent, like a transparent fish. Whoosh! His body moved and instantly shuttled through the surroundings. Ka. Very soon, the sound of the array cracking could be heard, and the strange black hole in the sky rapidly decreased. This is Battle Pet, a level 5 Undying God King Battle Pet. Wuxia looked at the shadow and his eyes lit up. Thank you for giving me a battle pet. 3C's sect leader. Wuxia squinted his eyes and laughed out loud. With a wave of his arm, the 5 elements grindstone shrouded the shadow. Woo. Sensing the threat, the shadowfish's body trembled slightly. In the next moment, it transformed into tens of thousands of bodies in the void. Each body was incomparably real, and it was difficult to distinguish them. Tens of thousands of bodies immediately attacked in all directions, and all of them possessed terrifying offensive power. Oh, this talent is not bad. However, I still have to thank the 3C's sect leader for the gift. Wang Xian revealed a smile. The 5 elements grindstone landed above a shadow fish, and a white spatial lock immediately imprisoned it. Wang! Woo woo woo! In the next moment, horrified cries could be heard. That shadow fish was sucked into the 5 elements grindstone, and the rest of the shadow fish disintegrated rapidly. How is this possible? Seeing the shadow fish being captured rapidly, the 3C's sect leader's expression changed drastically. No, no, no! Save me, sect leader, save me! At this moment, a series of tragic cries could be heard. He swept his gaze across, and his body trembled. Bam! While he was distracted, a terrifying dragon tail swept across his body, sending him flying. No, no, how can the Dragon Palace be so strong? With such strength, why are they holding up in such a small place? The 3C's sect leader could not understand. With such strength, they wouldn't be weak even in the central region of the South Star Galaxy. With such strength, why would they hide in such a remote place? No matter how he thought about it, he could not understand. Boom boom boom. We're finished. Beside the destroyed battleship of the 3C's sect, the experts of the 3C's sect watched the attack in front of them in horror. After a few waves of attacks, the rest of the disciples were all killed. Even the 100 over Undying God Kings had been reduced to about 10. The rest were all dead. Looking at the 15 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts, and 30 to 44th Order Immortal King Realm experts charging towards them, their faces were filled with despair. When they came, they thought that they would be able to destroy the planets and force the Dragon Palace to flee. But now, they didn't even have the chance to escape. Kill. The 3C's sect 5th Order Immortal King Realm experts were filled with the determination to die and lunged forward. Rumble boom boom. The battle and slaughter continued, but the 3C's sect experts were indeed falling one by one. Wang Xian waved his arm, and the 5 elements grindstone appeared in his hand. He looked at the 5th Order Immortal King Realm battle pet, the shadowfish, and smirked. This 3C's sect is really a good person. If I can sell this battle pet, I'll be able to truly step into the Undying God King realm. Wang Xian's eyes burned with passion. He was currently in the 9th Order Eternal God Lord realm. In the Divine Dragon transformation, there was no peak Eternal God Lord. In other words, he would directly step into the God King realm. Once he became a God King, he would have the battle strength of a 7th Order Immortal King. At that time, there would only be a handful of people in the entire South Star Galaxy that could be his match. Kiki. Wang Xian looked at the battle in front of him with a smile. He did not even need to do anything in this battle. As for the 3C's sect, the only one who could escape alive was the 3C's sect leader. As for the rest, they had to stay here. The following battles went on without any surprises. 3C's sect 5th Order Immortal King realm experts gradually fell. With each death, the 3C's sect fell into greater despair. Dragon Palace, Dragon King. The 3C's sect leader looked at the inevitable defeat. His body trembled, and his eyes turned bloodshot. I won't be sending you off. Wang Xian looked at the 3C's sect leader, and said indifferently, today's grudge, I will definitely avenge it. He roared, but in the next instant his figure slowly disappeared. Useless roar. Wang Xian mumbled. The remaining 4 Immortal King realm experts lost their will to fight, as they saw their sect leader fleeing. Chapter 2540. Dragon King, all the enemies of 3C's sect have been annihilated. 5 minutes later, the last 4 5th Order Undying God King realm experts were killed. Prime Minister Turtle reported with a smile. Keep all the spoils of war. Also, use the name of Dragon Palace to advertise on the artificial intelligence system. Hehe. Tell everyone that our Dragon Palace isn't a pushover. Wang Xian chuckled as he spoke to Prime Minister Turtle. Yes, Dragon King. Prime Minister Turtle nodded. You guys handle things here. Roving Crab, come with me. Wang Xian looked at Roving Crab and said, Xiao Xian, where are you going? Beside him, a group of girls asked him curiously. I'm going to the South Star Galaxy. If everything goes well, I'll be able to achieve a breakthrough in my strength. Wang Xian replied with a smile. The sect leader of 3C's sect was a good person. He even released that 5th Order Undying God King Realm battle pet. Now that the battle pet had been captured by him, all he had to do was sell it, and his strength would improve tremendously. This time, it wasn't just a single rank increase but 2 ranks. Wang Xian wanted to improve his strength quickly. Once he did, he could kill his way into Xinghua planet and annihilate the 3C's sect without hesitation. As for those who weren't convinced, he would just kill them. Be careful. The group of girls nodded in agreement. Wang Xian nodded and flew towards the Dragon Palace with Roving Crab. Through the Dragon Palace on that barren planet, they entered the center of the South Star Galaxy. 3C's sect has suffered such a huge loss this time. I'm curious to see if they regret it. Emperor Star Maiden looked at the destroyed battleship in front of her, with a gloating expression. Almost half of 3C's sect's strength had been lost, because of a sect disciple. The sect leader of 3C's sect was probably vomiting blood by now. Take a few pictures and do some close-up shots. Prime Minister Turtle walked over with a beaming face, and turned on the artificial intelligence system, to take some pictures. Especially the corpses of the 5th Order Undying God King Realm experts from 3C's sect. Following which, he took out the artificial intelligence system and sent a message in the name of the Dragon Palace. 3C's sect leader led 150 Undying God Kings and 400,000 Eternal God Lords to invade my Dragon Palace. Our Dragon Palace can only entertain them warmly. This is the price they have to pay for the arrogance of a 3C's sect disciple. After editing a message, Prime Minister Turtle immediately sent it out. At the side, the Emperor Star Princess watched from the side. When she saw Prime Minister Turtle's message, her lips curled up. Prime Minister Turtle, you guys don't have much attention. Come, let me give you a like. The Emperor Star Maiden took out the AI, her eyes flashing with a bright light. Star Maiden, your method is too beautiful, haha. A group of girls gathered around him. They did not have a good impression of a force that threatened the Dragon Palace, and even sent an army to attack them. After the Emperor Star Maiden liked the post, all her fans were able to see the message. In at most 2 to 3 hours, this matter would spread across the entire South Star system, and even the Imperial Star region. At the same time, on a barren planet in the South Star system, Wang Xian and Aoxia emerged from the ocean. Both of them flew towards the nearest planet. Without the Emperor Star Maiden, Yin Xian, and the rest, Wang Xian and Aoxia were very fast. In half an hour, they arrived at a human planet. This was a small planet, but there was a teleportation array on it. Through the teleportation array, Wang Xian and the rest made a transit. This time, Wang Xian's destination was the Tianshan Commercial Planet. Tianshan Commercial Planet, one of the 5 major commercial planets, belonged to the Tianshan Sword sect. This was a top-notch force in the South Star system, with a 7th-level Immortal King Realm expert holding the fort. They had dominated the South Star system for over 50 to 60 million years. Their foundation was not something the chaotic Tiger Demon Nation could compare to. It was not something the 3C's sect could compare to. This was a true veteran force. Through the teleportation array, Wang Xian instantly sensed that he had appeared on a bustling planet. Just from the surroundings of the teleportation array, he could tell that it was a level higher than the Xinghua planet. Warning, a wanted criminal of the South Star system has entered. Warning, a wanted criminal of the South Star system has entered. Just as Wang Xian and the rest appeared, a mechanical voice suddenly sounded. Wang Xian was taken aback. Around him, many people looked at him with vigilant expressions. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. At this moment, several figures flew over. Among them were small battleships. The Immortal King guarding the teleportation array area immediately appeared in the sky and locked his eyes on Wang Xian. Seeing this, Wang Xian frowned slightly. Dragon King of Dragon Palace? The old man from the Tianshan Sword sect looked at the artificial intelligence system in his hand before looking at Wang Xian. Dragon King, you have disregarded the rules of the Xinghua commercial planet and killed someone on the spot. You are now a wanted criminal of the Xinhua commercial planet. Although the Tianshan commercial planet will not arrest you, you have been listed as a dangerous person due to your performance. You are prohibited from entering the Tianshan commercial planet. If you enter the planet by force, we will deal with you according to the rules of the Tianshan commercial planet. The old man stared coldly at Wang Xian and said directly, "He is the Dragon King? Dragon King of Dragon Palace? Why is he here? Didn't the 3Cs sect attack them? Is he trying to hide? That's possible. However, the Tianshan commercial planet seems to have listed him as a prohibited person. Although it was the 3Cs sect disciple who provoked the Dragon King on the Xinhua commercial planet, he should be listed as a dangerous person since he killed someone on the spot. It's reasonable for the Tianshan commercial planet to ban him from entering." The surrounding crowd looked at Wang Xian and discussed softly. "Banned." Wang Xian frowned immediately when he heard the old man's words. "That's right. Please teleport back immediately. Otherwise, don't blame us for being rude." The old man stared coldly at Wang Xian and said, "All right." Wang Xian's eyes flickered as he stepped into the teleportation array and left. The Tianshan sword sect is so domineering. That Dragon King is also a force. How could he be banned just like that? It's the Dragon King who violated the rules of the commercial planet. Given the foundation of the Tianshan commercial planet, the Dragon King of Dragon Palace is not a threat at all. It's normal for him to be banned. The surrounding crowd shook their heads as they saw the Dragon King and his group leaving. The Tianshan commercial planet is still the safest. Even the leader of a force is not allowed to enter the commercial planet. I support the Tianshan commercial planet. Following which, some people sighed with emotion. They gave the Tianshan commercial planet a thumbs up. Elder, the Dragon King is also an elite 5th order immortal god king. Will it be fine if he is banned? In the sky, a middle-aged man walked to the side of the old man and asked softly, "Just a third-rate force. Don't worry about it." The old man waved his hand and did not seem to care about the Dragon King of Dragon Palace at all. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.